Hey guys, what's up? It's time for your daily dose again of nutrition and spiritual health. I don't know if I've coined that phrase, daily dose. Maybe this thing will catch on, but I just felt that during this time with the whole shut-in and obviously our church is honoring that not gathering. So I've been shooting these little videos out, and obviously through prayer, the Lord said, educate them a little bit about health and connect the spiritual realm with it. So that's what I've been doing the last few days. Hopefully you've benefited from some of that info a few days ago about vitamin C and then vitamin D as well. And then the other day we talked about water and the importance of consuming water. And before we get started, I want to remind you how important it is to stay hydrated. You know, yesterday or the day before, I briefly spoke about how at any given day in America, 75% of us are considered medically dehydrated. We're not drinking enough water. Like I said, we're drinking a lot of liquids, a lot of coffee, energy drinks. We drink a lot, but not enough water. And one of the important things I forgot to mention yesterday was that water helps our bodies not only stay lubricated, but especially during this whole sickness season that we're at, not just with the corona, but anything, colds, flus. Water helps us develop something in our body. Our body creates something called mucus. I know that's kind of gross. You ever cough up that green slime? Well, I may be the only crazy person, but when I cough up that green slime, I get excited because I know my body is expectorating, getting rid of viruses. And that's right, mucus is basically a body's way of creating like this sticky web of trap that slows down the viruses, and actually viruses can get trapped in that mucus. But consuming water and staying hydrated is important because that water helps us get that mucus out, because you don't want that mucus staying in, because that can lead to pneumonia, it can lead to bacterial infection. So again, drink lots of water. You know, keep a gallon jug with you and see if you can finish that from morning till night, and that's a good start. But this next thing I want to talk about is a little bit different. We're going to talk a little bit about fruits and vegetables again. Well, actually fruits today. And there's one thing that fruits and vegetables are very packed with, is something called antioxidants. Now, I'm not going to get real fancy, you know, like Jesus. Jesus kept things simple, you know. He used a lot of analogies with food and with nature, and so I want to keep it a little bit simple, you know, today. But antioxidants are exactly what you see in that word, antioxidant. They are against oxidation. You know, our body is constantly deteriorating. I mean, on the micro level, it's constantly being attacked, and it's constantly having a hard time because we're affected by the foods we eat, processed foods. We're affected by the environment. We're affected by just everything, and we're constantly being oxidative, deteriorating. So if I can think of an analogy, think of rust. That's what oxidation is, the body rusting. And what these beautiful fruits and vegetables do for us, they provide these antioxidants, these minerals, these vitamins that fight that. You see, there's also something in our body called free radicals. And free radicals are molecules that go around, and they pretty much, they're like the gangbangers of the molecules. They just go around, they steal, they do whatever they want, and they basically destroy your body, and they destroy tissue and all kinds of things. But these beautiful things, not just strawberries, but fruits and vegetables contain these antioxidants. And when we consume them, these antioxidants go inside our body and they start fighting these free radicals and neutralizing them so they don't do that much damage. And even scientifically, it's proven that these free radicals in our bodies can increase certain diseases, even cancers. And so God created these beautiful fruits and vegetables to counteract that. And of course, I have a small little display, nothing real fancy, but these strawberries, very popular, right? They're loaded with antioxidants, vitamin C, and everybody loves strawberries. They're great, you know. Another one is raspberries, which I don't have here. That's one of my wife's favorite, raspberries. Actually, in a study, raspberries were shown to kill 90% of stomach, colon, and breast cancer cells. Isn't that amazing? Antioxidants, right? This is another one, and I want to share this one briefly, is the blueberry. The blueberry, I would say, pound for pound, is the most packed antioxidant. They are they're delicious, and they're incredible to consume. And like I said, pound for pound, these guys maybe rule the roost. Antioxidants is what keeps the fruits and vegetables from the environment. So if you think about it, they're actually, when they're growing out in the wild or out in your yard, they're fighting insects, they're fighting the sun, they're fighting the weather, and they're using antioxidants in them to fight them. That's what retains their color. And then when we consume them, they bless us by giving us their antioxidants to help fight free radicals, disease, and colds and flus, especially in that season right now. And before I switch spiritually, I don't have it here, but there's another berry that I want to just briefly talk about, and that's the black elderberry. Okay, I don't have one, but I found a product. It's called Sambucol. I'm not promoting this. I'm not getting money for this, but Sambucol is basically a elderberry extract, and it supports the immune system. It's scientifically tested, great tasting, blah blah blah. But elderberry, I've been taking this. Not this particular syrup, it's a little pricey. You can find it online, other places, different places make their own. The only thing I don't like about this Sambucol, it's got a glucose syrup in it, a little sweet. But elderberry is an incredible berry that's used for centuries in warding off colds and flus or reducing the duration. It has an excellent track record, both from naturalists as well as recently scientists now, because this is made by a scientist. But elderberry is found all over North America and all over the world, as a matter of fact. But don't just go out and pick these berries and consume them, because they have to be cooked. Because if you consume them raw, unripe, they could cause stomach and maybe even poisoning. So make sure you don't just go out in the wild and just pick whatever. But I want to speak real quickly on John 10:10, and that's this: Jesus comes in his ministry, kind of mid-ministry, and he says something about the devil. He says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but he says, I have come to give life and life abundantly. And just like these antioxidants, they've come to give us life and to help our blood purify itself against these free radicals. And you know what? That's what Jesus ultimately does. He comes to give us life abundantly. We have a problem spiritually. Physically we have free radicals, and this oxidation occurring, and these antioxidants come to counteract those things. Well, you know what? Jesus comes to counteract something called sin. We have a sin problem, and religion tries so much to cure that sin problem through sacrifice, through religious rhetoric, through praying over and over. And you know what? Religion is nothing more than man trying to get to God, and we can't, just like we can't just create all these antioxidants. Our body can create certain antioxidants, but we lack a lot because we just don't consume it. Religion in itself seems good, but it misses the mark, and that's what the word sin actually means, to miss the mark, and we miss that mark. But what Jesus does is he comes, and he is basically an antioxidant. He is anti-sin. What he did on the cross, his death, his resurrection, basically said, hey, I am the way. I'm the cure for this sin problem you have. You have this free radical sin running rampant in your life, and you can't do anything about it. You deteriorate spiritually. And you know what? Jesus changes that. And us as believers, if you're a believer, I just want to remind you that that's what Jesus does for you. That's why you should jump for joy. That's why you should have a joy each and every day, knowing that God took care of that sin problem. He was our anti-sin, our antioxidant for that free radical sin that reigns. And so that's just a word of encouragement for you believers today that may be cooped up. You can still run out real quick, put your mask, whatever you need to do. Go out and get some berries and fill yourself with antioxidants. And if you're not a believer, hey, I just encourage you. I'm making these videos partly for you as well. Nobody knows the day or the hour. You kind of hear these things about when's the world going to end. That's not really my concern right now. My concern is, how are you living now? Are you separate from the Lord? And if you are, it's because you have sinned. You have this sin condition, this spiritual blood condition. But Jesus cuts right through that, and he offers life, just like he said in John 10:10. And I encourage you, we live in a world where you can Google the Bible. You may even have one in the house. I encourage you to open up. Read what Jesus has done for us. Read in the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. And Jesus came to bring us life because he is our Savior. So I encourage you today, yes, get those antioxidants, but also get the anti-sin, the antidote. That's Jesus Christ. We love you. We see you. Enjoy the blueberries.